Now we'd like to, and we're doing a lot of talking this morning and challenging because this helps set up your movement into the workshops later this morning, and also begins for you we want you to think about what it is that you want to take out of the conference back to your community to take action. Right? We have a tremendous amount of hope. This conference is an opportunity for us to get educated, create some information, but none of that makes a difference if our hope and education doesn't get converted into action. So we're talking to you this morning to kind of get the juices flowing. And now I'd like to call on the chairperson of the Legislative Black Caucus. I believe he is the senior, longest-standing member of the New Jersey Senate, former councilman from Newark, also former employee at PSE&G, a veteran, and if any member of the state legislature or the governor or the leadership of either of the parties, you mention the name Ron Rice, and they get a headache. He's tenacious, he's talented, but he's also a very committed and long-standing supporter. And one other thing I would say about him, Senator Rice's office was right next to Donald Tucker's office in Newark City Hall when they served on the council together. And you never saw anybody fuss more than the two of them. They'd argue just like family, but would come out and work together. I'd now like to introduce Donald Tucker's little brother, Ron Rice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just say to the seniors, I bring you greetings on behalf of the New Jersey Legislative Black Caucus, all 15 members. I bring you with love and compassion for what you have done for so many of us over the years. I also want to acknowledge the day's guests and say it's good to be here with you. But I want to give a particular accolade to Jerry Harris. Jerry and I go back over 30 years, and I can say this: when we received the charge as members of the National Black Caucus of local elected officials from Marzi Davis for African-American leaders in this country to go and start Black Issues Convention throughout the country, Donald Tucker and Jerry pick up that mantle. And I can say that South Carolina and North Carolina, Jerry and Dan Tabenham out in California, they did the best they could, but most of those conventions, if not all, are no longer in existence. Today is the time that we need Black Issues Convention. Our history is going backwards, and so there is a lot of work to be done here today. And I just want to thank Jerry for not losing the faith in the organization and picking up that mantle for the last 6+ years and keeping the organization strong. I also want to thank and acknowledge Tom Jackson. I get a little concerned when leadership in African-American communities start to transition, because I get worried about whether or not those coming behind us have the compassion and commitment we have to keep us moving forward. And I can say this as chairman of the New Jersey Legislative Black Caucus, that we work hard. When I became chairman and Jerry became chairman of the Black Issue, and Tom of the Garden State Bar Association, and James Harris, the president of the NJBIC conference statewide, who just came down out of that. We have a very close-knit bond because we recognize that it's important for us to start to come together and address civil rights issues, people issues, because we're losing our progress. And Jerry, I give you a commitment that I will be reaching out to meet with the new president of the NAACP and the new president of the Garden State Bar Association, because if in fact we don't continue the progress that we have collectively made in this state, and we're in real serious trouble in this state, we're going to be hurting, particularly in the African American and minority community. And so we're going to try to keep that together as best we can. And so I just want to thank all of you for the work you've done with us. And I want to apologize to all of you. I'll be back in and out of here, but I have to journey to Trenton now to do the business of the people of the state, which is really your business. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Senator.